Hey guys, good evening and thank you for watching live. This is going live and today's is a role change perspective, uh, role change design that comes with a perspective. Why do uh, am I discussing this? Is in September 22, I was transferred from one of my profile to an entirely different profile where I didn't have any experience. And mm, it may be of curiosity to you that this organization where I got into in 2017 May, I was actually carried into here. I was asked to attend an interview, and despite being zero fit to the profile, I was hired. That is one of the several miracles that has happened in my life, especially with regard to job. So that is why I call you, just be brave enough to apply for a job, or be brave enough to be yourself, so that when people notice, the right kind of people notice, they know that you are the right kind of choice. How many things that you have in life already you have learned? uh, no, right? Many of the things, especially what we study in our schools and colleges, those things are of no use when you come down to your workplace. You learn everything anew, afresh, right? So that has been what has happened to me. And, many, all the, almost all the profiles, they ask for your degrees, qualifications. At least you should be a graduate and all that stuff. That is useless. But one thing we are very scared of, that if a person is not graduated, it doesn't have a graduation degree, then we are scared to hire, because then we will have the responsibility to train him alone. The discipline, the way of learning, we are still attached to that. Even though all of us, each of us, will disregard the education system, still we're stuck there. So double standard doesn't help, right? Doesn't help. But that is where we are. But again, my example I was very lucky enough to have been hired by people who, I don't know whether they looked at my educational profile or not, but they definitely looked at what I could do, whether I had the experience also or not. Even I didn't have the experience. I'm saying I didn't come from that background. I didn't have that experience. So what happens in a role change design? Uh, mm, I was given a new role, right? Because at that time, I was told that you are not having enough work in that previous role. So why not get transferred to this, because there is a requirement there. That actually annoyed me at that moment. But if you see why I was transferred, it was a requirement out there, and nobody actually thought whether I would be able to do it or not. That means a huge respect for my ability was there already, hidden, not properly expressed, not explicit. Have you ever had that kind of expression in your life? So that kind of expression was that time. I didn't actually notice that. Actually, I was very angry, that I was transferred, because I had a lot of things lined up. I had a lot of plan in whatever I was doing. And so that is why I was angry. When such things happen, uh, be open. Be open a little, because it will serve your purpose, your desire, your aspiration after some time. You will know that afterwards. Nothing happens in your life which is without any meaning. And why to worry about what other people are doing? So many times we say, but when it happens, we are really angry. But there is no choice. I didn't have any choice but to get over the other side to another profile, another vertical altogether without any experience. So now I was new. So I asked, this organization has been 25 years old, and there must be some profile which I would follow in the new vertical. There was none. That is what I call as organizational legacy. When a new person comes over, does your organization has enough thing to orient that person into that particular role? And if there is there a person who will look forward to that roadmap, that growth map that already is there? Is it apparent to anybody? You will be surprised that at least 60% of the organization do not have these things. These routine kind of profiles are there because the organization looks for these kind of professionals. That's all. And then when one gets into the job, in addition to all those, there are requirements for other profiles also, which are not looked into. So coming back to my story, that was my story. And I'd say whatever I was doing, it was not even apparent till October 2023. Uh, why it took so much of time was I was not very particularly very expressive about what I was doing. That is that is why I say role change means you have to track whatever you're doing. If you don't, you have a zero experience, then I would like you to track whatever you are doing, because nobody trusts you with the result. Everybody will say, whoever is the old person who was heading that vertical, all the credit was going to him that he has started doing this. Now, suddenly I took over and I was helping him, supporting him in all other things that was apparent to me. He was not a person who could train, or going positively by that, he had so many things in his mind that he didn't know how to train uh, me or anybody working for him. So do not expect your boss to be uh, a perfect training master also. He might not be able to mentor you. So these are my experiences. So what I'm trying to say is, you'll get into a profile where you will get nothing. Absolutely no training, no mentoring. Only you have to figure out what you have to do. Now, how can you figure out what? The basic outline you should know, and then ingrain into it something that you love. I love climate related things, the environmental things, sustainability part, and the awareness that needs to be generated in people about new ideas, because people will be interested in my kind of organization because they need funding for sustainability. So when I speak funding, they will automatically listen to what I had to say. So that is their interest. My interest is resilience. And if something is not environment related, then it is not going to bring fun. That is the reality today. So it so happened that I brought into the element of climate resilience, adaptation, green finance, and social environment and governance part. All these three are huge subjects in themselves. And so my profile became wider and wider. You know, something you do in climate change, it cannot be singular. I alone cannot do anything. So there has to be people, national and international, to be involved. So I reached out to international people. So suddenly, just within a year or so, I have been working with international people. So it was not what I had imagined. It's just that my way of doing things have brought all those. So now, if you allow me, I'll share the screen to show you what all we can learn about this new perspective. Ever felt like you are playing a game of Antakshari with the power dynamics at work? How can you rock the power equation with a dash of Bollywood drama while identifying your leadership strengths? Let us dive into a hilarious yet effective world of Indian inspired power play. So, you are the captain. Tackle with confidence, demonstrate your flair and panache, embrace the drama with excitement, surprise with strategic moves, ensure power play, be prepared for a formidable opponent, lead from front. All these are true for a cricket field, a game of cricket. So, if you are interested in the game of cricket, you will know what I am talking about. That is exactly what you need to do. At the bottom line here is to enjoy the game. So, the person who is enjoying at the field gives a body language and gives the confidence, exudes the confidence of a winner. That is what exactly you need to do. Second is play the gilli danda of control and shift. Players must adapt to the changing dynamics of the match, master the art of control and shift, assert your authority as captain, embrace the unpredictability and excitement, stay nimble on your feet, ready to pivot your strategy at a moment's notice. So, when all these things happen to me, right, the changes have happened so suddenly, asking me to perform according to the new perspective, new role. That is That's what was required. And as I was expressing, it was not easy and it angered me also. But that is what was required. That that change was not under my control. So many a times in our lives, things are not under our control. So we have to play up to the game, however it presents itself. Spotlight your leadership strength. Each player brings their own unique strengths to the team. Inspire teammates like cricketing mentor. Strategic thinking like a seasoned cricket coach. Play to win. Remember, you can navigate the power equation with humor and skill while uncovering your true leadership strengths in the thrilling. So, I just told you as to how your mindset should be in a, in the working place. Every day workplace win is what I teach. And it is not about your skill, not about your work. It has to be your mindset because you work, you know, you skill, you know. But what you don't know is your mindset and how to play the game with your skill sets. Everybody is a cricketer. All the cricketers are cricketer. All of them have super potential. But do all of them win? Just few people win, right? So can you be one amongst those few who win? So I would challenge you and I'll request you or I'll urge you to think about a role change. And you know, If you put yourself, nobody else is putting you into a role change every day. But if you are putting yourself into a role change, then what happens? It You are creating change, excitement for yourself. So why not make that pattern in your work style, changing many things, and you will create a permutation and combination and create immense possibility of a small thing also. My father once said, it is your approach to work that matters. That is how work will be generated and your work will be significant. Otherwise, everybody does a job. They come, they do the required thing and go. How the fulfillment comes? If it becomes close to your heart, if you uh, find your work very satisfying, if you think that you are contributing to the world by doing your job, your small job, if that happens, and your small job, if you think small, then it will not be fulfilling. So, in order to make it vast and expanded, you have to create possibilities around your job multiple, multiple times. How to do that? I explain that in my course. So if you come under my guidance, we'll discuss that. But there's no harm in talking about that also. Can we do that possibility? Yes, let us explore that sometimes. If you want, then you can mention below in this video, and we will get ahead with one round of discussion. No harm in that. So, looking forward to that and hope this inspires you immensely about your own job. That is the purpose of this video.